My child, in this very moment, heaven is moving closer to you than you have ever felt before. God says that the next 3 hours are not ordinary hours, they are divinely charged, spiritually electrified, and intensely aligned with a breakthrough that your soul has been waiting on for far too long. Archangel Michael is standing guard over your destiny right now, watching every breath you take, protecting every step you walk, and he is speaking with unmistakable urgency. Something very good is unfolding for you in a way you never imagined. This is not a message to casually read and ignore. This is not something to skip, delay, or push away. This is your divine moment, and heaven needs you present. Awake, spiritually open, and ready to receive what is coming, God is whispering to your heart with tender strength, reminding you that even when you felt abandoned, you were being secretly defended. Even when you cried alone, angels were collecting every tear as evidence of the blessings being prepared for your life. Even when things didn't make sense, heaven was rearranging the path in your favor. And now, in the next 3 hours, something good, so good that it will change the direction of your life, is about to unfold. You have suffered enough. You have waited enough. You have been patient far beyond what any human heart should endure. But your patience was seen in heaven, your loyalty was recorded. And your struggles have been weighed. And the weight of those struggles has triggered the release of a blessing that is meant to lift you higher than the pain that once tried to break you. Archangel Michael says this is not the time to doubt, not the time to fear, not the time to question whether you are worthy. You are worthy. You have always been worthy. Heaven has chosen you, not because you are perfect, but because your heart is pure even in the moments you felt broken. Right now, Michael stands beside you, his wings forming a shield so powerful that nothing negative can get close to you. You are spiritually safe, covered, protected, and surrounded by divine love, my child. The reason Michael is speaking so urgently is because this blessing is sensitive. It is time-bound. It must be received with faith, not hesitation. God says the next 3 hours carry a supernatural alignment. Something that was blocked is becoming unblocked, something delayed is becoming accelerated, something closed is opening, and something hidden is being revealed in your favor. Heaven has waited for this moment. Your soul has waited for this moment. Your angels have waited for this moment. And now it is here, but God is warning gently, do not ignore this message. Do not scroll away. Do not doubt. Do not tell yourself that maybe it isn't for you. Because that is how people miss their blessings, by assuming the message is for someone else when heaven is shouting their name. If you skip this moment, you will cry, not because of punishment, but because you will realize too late that this was the message meant to lift you out of the heavy energy you have been trapped in. God is not threatening you, God is reminding you that the door opening now stays open only for a short time. You deserve what's coming, but you must stay connected to the message. God is telling you that someone has been thinking about you with a kind of silent intensity. There is a shift happening in the heart of someone who once hesitated, doubted, or stayed distant. Heaven has touched their spirit, and they are looking toward you with a new understanding. Their soul is being awakened to the truth of who you are. There is emotion rising in them, an urge to speak, an urge to confess, an urge to step forward. And their movement toward you is part of the blessing unfolding in the next 3 hours. You may feel something today, an energy shift, a strange warmth, a sudden calm, or even an unexplainable urge to breathe differently. Pay attention. These are spiritual signals. Heaven communicates with feelings, signs, and sudden inner knowing. Trust them. Trust the flow that surrounds you right now. God says that you have been watched over since the day you were born. There has never been a moment when heaven wasn't protecting you, even when danger tried to come close, even when people with wrong intentions stepped into your life. Even when your heart was too soft to see the truth. You have always been shielded. And that divine shield is stronger than ever today because something very good is being delivered to you. Angels walk in formation around you right now, shifting your atmosphere so that nothing can interfere with your blessing. Something you prayed for in secret, something you cried for in silence, something you almost gave up on, is coming. Heaven is moving it toward you faster than you expect. But God needs your heart open. God needs your faith awake. God needs you to stay aligned emotionally, spiritually, and energetically. If you lose focus now, if you fall back into doubt, the blessing will still come. But you may not notice it, or you may delay it. Heaven doesn't want you to delay anything anymore. Heaven wants your breakthrough to be smooth, immediate, and powerful. Michael says that you are entering a period where your spiritual sensitivity increases. You will begin to sense truths before they are spoken. You will feel people's real intentions. You will detect energy shifts instantly. And this heightened sensitivity is not a burden. It is a divine gift meant to protect your path. Do not fear the clarity that is coming. Do not fear the truths that will be revealed. They are not coming to harm you, they are coming to liberate you. My child, God says your heart has carried too much weight. You have been strong for far too long. You have encouraged others while nobody checked if you were okay. But heaven checked. Heaven saw. Heaven recorded. And heaven is now responding by giving you a blessing so deeply aligned with your pain that it will feel like relief entering your soul. Your good news is not random. It is not luck. It is not coincidence. It is compensation. Divine compensation. God says that the next 3 hours are sacred. You must remain open, calm, prayerful, and spiritually attentive. Do not let negativity steal your focus. Do not let fear interrupt your alignment. Do not let old memories drain your energy. You are stepping into something new, something pure. Something gentle, something that feels like hope wrapped in light. There is a reason you're reading this exact message at this exact moment. You were guided. Your spirit was pulled here. Heaven wanted your eyes on these words because you are meant to receive exactly what is being spoken. This is your divine appointment. This is your moment of awakening. This is your signal. Something powerful is breaking loose around you. Angels are positioning themselves for your blessing. The spiritual air around you is shifting. Energy lines are being redrawn in your favor. Something that felt impossible is becoming possible. Something that felt distant is coming closer. Something that felt silent is beginning to speak. And God says, you must trust. You must pray. You must believe. That is all heaven asks of you in this moment. Michael says he has been standing behind you in every moment of fear, whispering courage into your spirit. You may not have heard him, but your heart felt stronger than your circumstances. That was him. Every time you felt a sudden calm, every time you felt protected for no reason, every time you avoided something without understanding why, that was Michael guiding you. And he is guiding you again right now. He is saying, do not ignore this message. Do not skip this. Do not treat it lightly. Something beautiful is already on its way. Heaven needs you present so you can recognize it when it arrives. My child, God is speaking softly but firmly into your spirit. You are safe. You are protected. You are surrounded by angelic help. Nothing will go wrong. You are not alone. You are held. You are valued. You are watched over. Something good, very good, is coming in the next 3 hours. Believe it. Embrace it. Receive it. God says you are loved beyond measure, and this is your moment. God says that in this very moment, the atmosphere around you is shifting in a way you cannot fully see with your physical eyes, but your spirit can already sense something moving. Archangel Michael stands close, closer than you have felt in a long time, speaking with a firmness that carries both urgency and love. He says that something very good, something long delayed, something heaven has been preparing quietly, is aligning for you within the next 3 hours. He repeats this because he wants you to understand the weight of it, the beauty of it, the divine orchestration that has been working silently behind the scenes. He says not to take this lightly, because moments like this do not arrive every day. Moments like this arrive only when heaven knows you are ready, and heaven knows you are ready right now. There is a divine stirring around your life, a rearranging of events, circumstances, and people. God has been watching your patience, your endurance, the quiet tears you cried when no one saw. The strength you showed even when you were breaking inside. God says none of it has gone unnoticed. None of your sacrifices evaporated into empty air. Every second of pain, every moment of confusion, every prayer whispered in desperation has been becoming a seed of something powerful. And today, those seeds begin to open. Today, those seeds begin to release something you have been waiting for far longer than you ever admitted out loud. Archangel Michael whispers that the next 3 hours are not ordinary. He says that when heaven marks a time frame, it is because heaven knows that your spirit is standing at the doorway of something. You may not literally see angels moving, but they are. You may not physically see the divine intervention unfolding, but it is. You may feel the same room around you, the same world, the same quiet atmosphere, but spiritually, something enormous is being rearranged. Michael says your name has been spoken repeatedly in heaven, not with fear, not with disappointment, but with deep divine joy, because you are stepping into a moment written for you before you were even born. God wants you to know that what is coming is not small. It is not something you will forget. It is not something that will leave your life unchanged. It is something that shifts the direction of your journey. It is something that wipes away the residue of old seasons. It is something that breaks the hold of people who hurt you, who underestimated you, who doubted what God was doing inside you. Heaven says the next 3 hours carry a release that has the power to cancel the weight of the last 3 years. And God says yes, you are that close to it. The reason God is speaking so strongly right now is because heaven does not want you to miss the energy of this moment. God is not threatening you. God is warning you gently, lovingly, like a parent holding your face and saying, "Please don't look away. Please don't walk away. Please don't dismiss this. Please listen now. Because your blessing, your breakthrough, your shift, your change, whatever name you want to give it, is nearer than your own breath. It is moving toward you even as you read this. The angels have already moved into position. The spiritual transaction has already begun. The energy has already changed. All that remains is your awareness of it, your acceptance of it, your willingness to receive what heaven has been holding for you. Archangel Michael says the reason this message feels urgent is because there is a spiritual window open for you right now. These windows do not stay open forever. They open at precise times when your destiny is aligned with divine timing. And this is one of those times. This is why he says, do not ignore this. Do not push it aside. Do not assume this is just another moment in your day. He says very clearly, very lovingly, very firmly, something good is about to break open for you, and if you close your heart, if you allow fear to distract you, if you allow doubt to speak louder than God, you may not recognize the blessing when it arrives. You may overlook the sign. You may misinterpret the shift. And heaven does not want that for you. God wants you to be calm, but God also wants you to be spiritually awake. Heaven is not asking you to be afraid. Heaven is asking you to be ready. Heaven is asking you to pay attention, because sometimes blessings come in forms you do not expect. Sometimes answers to prayers come disguised as simple opportunities. Sometimes miracles begin as small nudges. Little signs, something you feel rather than something you see. God is preparing your spirit to catch those signals, to be sensitive to what is about to unfold. Archangel Michael has been guarding you fiercely. He knows the battles you faced, the spiritual exhaustion that crept into your life, the weight of responsibilities you carried alone. He saw when people turned their backs on you. He saw when you were misunderstood. He saw when you chose kindness even when others tested your patience. He saw when you remained gentle even when you were treated unfairly. Michael says heaven has counted every act of goodness you performed, even the ones no one acknowledged. Heaven has counted every time you kept going despite the weight on your shoulders. And because of all this, a reward was written for you. A shift was written for you. A moment of divine elevation was written for you. God says you have entered that moment. You are not reading this by accident. You are not here coincidentally. You were guided here because God wanted to catch your attention at a crucial time. God wanted you to breathe, to open your heart, to align your spirit, because what is coming next will require that you receive it fully. This good news is not partial. It is not incomplete. It is not something that will vanish quickly. It is stable. It is lasting. It is rooted in heaven's authority, not human intentions. When heaven gives, no one can undo it. When heaven opens, no one can close it. When heaven elevates, no one can pull you down. In the next 3 hours, something begins. God says you may not see the full picture immediately, but the first sign will appear. It may come as a message, a realization, a shift in your energy, a sudden clarity, a breakthrough in communication, an unexpected opportunity, or a release from something heavy. It will feel like something inside you suddenly loosens. You will feel lighter. You will feel a soft awakening in your spirit. And that will be the first signal that the blessing has started moving toward the physical realm. God says, I need you to trust me right now more than ever. You have been on the edge of something for a while. You have felt the build-up. You have sensed the change coming, even if you doubted it at times. God says the reason you have been feeling restless, emotional, unusually aware, or even spiritually sensitive these last days is because your breakthrough is close, closer than ever. Heaven often stirs your spirit before your blessing appears. The shaking inside you is not anxiety, it is preparation. It is alignment. It is heaven tuning your heart to recognize divine timing. Michael says that if you ignore this moment, not because God will punish you, but because you will miss the alignment, you will feel emotional pain later. You will feel it because your spirit will know you walked away from something meant for you. Heaven is trying to prevent that heartbreak by waking you up right now. This is why the message feels urgent. This is why the words feel like they are reaching deeply into your chest. This is why your energy is shifting even as you read this. Heaven is speaking directly to your core. Your soul knows this message is not random. It is for you. Only you. Meant to reach you at the exact time you would be ready to receive it. God wants you to stop doubting yourself. Stop questioning whether good things are allowed to happen for you. Stop believing that your destiny is blocked. Stop assuming that heaven is distant. God says, I am right here. I have always been here. I am moving now. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are not cursed. You are not alone. The reason this moment is being highlighted so intensely is because heaven has waited for this alignment. Heaven has waited for your spirit to be strong enough to receive. Heaven has waited for you to grow through the experiences that shaped your inner wisdom. And now heaven says, the time has come. Michael says the next 3 hours will bring a shift that may not make sense immediately, but you will understand very soon. He says your spirit should stay open, peaceful, attentive. He says to avoid negative thoughts right now because they can distract you from what heaven is trying to show you. He says to hold faith like a warm light, not a desperate hope. He says you are safer than you realize. You are protected more than you feel. You are supported more than you know. God is wrapping you in reassurance. God says, nothing will go wrong with you. You are safe. You are guarded. You are in my hands. Even the things that once made you afraid are losing their power. Even the people who tried to dim your confidence no longer have a spiritual connection to your destiny. Even the past that once weighed heavily on you is dissolving because heaven is writing a new chapter for you, one that begins today. In these next hours, choose calmness. Choose faith. Choose openness. Choose trust. You do not need to do anything dramatic. You do not need to force anything. Heaven is handling the movement. You only need to stay aligned with God's presence. Let your heart whisper, I am ready. Let your spirit rise. Let your energy open. Let heaven bring what is already written for you. God says your tears will not be wasted. Your prayers will not be ignored. Your destiny will not be delayed anymore. The barrier is lifted. The path is opening. The timing is now. The blessing is on its way. And God says one more time, with love so deep you can feel it in your chest, you are safe. I am with you. Trust me. Archangel Michael stands beside you, holding his sword not in anger but in protection. He is clearing distractions, cutting away spiritual noise, making sure nothing interferes with what heaven is releasing for you. He watches over you with the intensity of a guardian who refuses to let you miss what is yours. He repeats softly, firmly, urgently, a very good news is happening in the next 3 hours. Do not ignore this moment. Stay open. Stay calm. Let heaven do the rest. God is working. Heaven is moving. Your life is shifting, and you, chosen soul, are finally stepping into the moment that has been waiting for you. God says this to you in this very moment, with a voice that does not tremble, with a voice that has been waiting for the exact second you would see this message. My child, something very good. Something divinely orchestrated, something written in the unseen pages of your destiny is happening within the next 3 hours. Archangel Michael is standing right beside you, and he is saying this with urgency in his tone. Do not ignore this. Do not delay. If you skip this moment, you will cry not because something bad will happen, but because you will realize how close your blessing was and how easily it could have slipped away. But God is telling you now so that you do not miss it. God is guarding you. You are safe. Nothing will go wrong. You just need to trust Him, breathe, and stay spiritually awake. There are moments in life when the heavens open quietly, without thunder, without lightning, but with a silent shift that only your spirit can feel. Today is one of those moments. Within the next 3 hours, your destiny signal is activating, and the angels have been instructed to stand around you, covering you from every angle so your mind stays open, your heart stays calm, and your intuition stays alert. The good news coming your way is not ordinary. It is not just a small blessing. It is something that was delayed for months, something that was blocked by energies, jealousy, confusion, spiritual resistance, and people who did not want you to rise. But heaven has overturned everything. God has broken the barrier. What was hidden is being revealed. What was slowed is being accelerated. What was impossible is turning into something real. God says, "My child, I have seen how long you have waited. I have seen your tears, the nights when you tried to be strong but felt yourself breaking inside. I have seen the people who doubted you, who spoke against you, who secretly hoped you would fail. I have seen the ones who enjoyed your silence, your isolation, your helplessness. But my timing is perfect. And now the time has come for me to release what has been kept for you since the day you were born." Within the next 3 hours, something will start shifting, and you will feel a strange calm, a sudden clarity, a spiritual signal that your season is changing. Archangel Michael is speaking loudly right now. And his wings are covering you. He says, you cannot afford to ignore this message. When heaven calls, you respond. When God sends a warning disguised inside good news, you pay attention. When a door is about to open, you do not walk away. He says that the enemy tried one last time, recently, to distract you, confuse you, or make you doubt yourself. But heaven canceled that interference. The forces that were working against your happiness have been silenced. The spiritual fog that you were walking through is lifting. You are stepping into a moment of divine clarity. God is telling you that someone who once overlooked you is now being moved to notice you. Someone who dismissed you is remembering you. Someone who could bless you is being instructed to reach out, help, uplift, or open an opportunity that will change the next chapter of your life. God says the good news coming is not just emotional, not just spiritual, but something physical, something real, something you can touch, see, feel, or hear. A message, a call, a sign, a shift is coming. The angels are preparing your spirit to receive what you once thought you were unworthy of. God is telling you that the next 3 hours contain a divine alignment. Something in your name is being finalized. Something with your energy is being cleared. Something connected to your destiny path is being unlocked. You might not understand how or when or through whom. But God wants you to stop thinking about the how and instead trust the who. And that who is God Himself, Archangel Michael, with his sword of light, is cutting away the last chain around your life. These chains were emotional, financial, spiritual, mental, and even energetic. Some chains were created by your own fears, and some were created by people who never wanted you to rise. But the moment Michael cuts these chains, nothing will bind you again. You are stepping into a moment of divine freedom. God says this good news is not delayed anymore. It is not postponed. It is not blocked. Heaven has already signed it and heaven is delivering it. And God says something powerful: this blessing will not miss you. This time, it will reach you. This time, nothing will interfere. This time, no human, no energy, no jealousy, no negativity will stop what I am giving you. There is a reason God needed you to see this message right now. There is a reason Michael demanded you not ignore this. It's because you are spiritually sensitive, and your blessing requires your awareness. God is telling you that your heart must be open, your faith must be steady, and your spirit must be calm so that you do not accidentally push away what is entering your life. You have rejected blessings before without realizing it, through doubt, fear, hesitation, or overthinking. But this time, heaven is guiding you clearly. Heaven is telling you to stay focused, stay receptive, stay trusting. Your life is shifting in a way that will surprise even you. You may suddenly feel lighter, more peaceful, or unexpectedly hopeful. These are not random feelings. These are spiritual signals that the angels are moving around you. You may suddenly remember something you had forgotten, or someone you haven't spoken to may cross your mind. You may feel guided to check a message, revisit a failed plan, open a door you closed before, or say yes to something you once said no to. That is heaven guiding your steps. That is God organizing your movement. That is your destiny rearranging itself. God says, "My child, you are not behind in life. You are right on time. Everything you lost will return in a better form. Everything that ended was removed so I could bring in something far greater." The good news within the next 3 hours may appear simple at first, but it will trigger a chain reaction of blessings. It could be a message, a sign, a call, a thought, a moment of intuition, or a small opportunity that turns into something huge. Michael is warning you gently but firmly: do not scroll away. Do not ignore this. Do not take this lightly. The next 3 hours are spiritually charged. Something is aligning, and you need to stay connected to God in this period. He wants you to pray, even if it's a simple whisper. He wants you to stay calm, even if your environment feels chaotic. He wants you to trust, even if you have no evidence. He wants you to believe, even if you can't see anything happening yet. Heaven works silently before it works visibly. What is invisible is already completed. What you have not seen is already formed. What you doubt is already approved. God is working behind the scenes, orchestrating people, conversations, opportunities, and events that will come together in your favor. You are stepping into divine timing. You are stepping into your ordained hour. You are stepping into the miracle that was written for you long before you were born. God says your name is being spoken in rooms you have never entered. Your energy is being felt by people who haven't met you yet. Your destiny is calling out to the right souls who are meant to help you, uplift you, stand with you, or bless you. Heaven is shifting hearts and minds so that what you are meant to receive reaches you without delay. This good news will bring relief to your heart. It will heal parts of you that have been wounded for so long. It will remind you that God never forgot you. It will show you that your tears were never wasted. It will prove that your faith was not in vain. God says this blessing is arriving not because you are perfect, but because you are chosen. Not because you never failed, but because you never gave up. Not because others believed in you, but because God believes in you. There will be a moment, very soon, when you will look back and say, "This message was talking about this exact blessing." You will understand why God needed your attention. You will understand why Michael demanded urgency. You will understand why your heart suddenly felt heavy, then hopeful, then peaceful. You will understand why certain people disappeared recently, why certain plans collapsed, why certain relationships shifted. God was clearing the pathway for this moment. God says the next 3 hours are the most important hours of your week, maybe even your month. Something spiritually beautiful is descending into your life. Angels are preparing a divine delivery. Heaven is whispering your name. Michael is standing guard. God's hand is resting gently on your life, assuring you that nothing will go wrong, nothing will harm you, nothing will fail. Your job is simple: trust God, pray, and stay receptive. Do not fear. Do not overthink. Do not block your blessing with doubt. God is in control, and you are safe under His protection. Your breakthrough, your relief, your unexpected good news, your divine shift is approaching you right now, quietly, powerfully, and unavoidably. God says, "Be ready. It is on the way." My child, in this very moment when your heart is searching for a sign, when your spirit feels like it is standing at the edge of something invisible yet powerful, God leans close to you and speaks in a voice filled with certainty, filled with warmth, filled with truth that cannot be shaken. God says, "Listen to me, because I am speaking directly to you, and you cannot afford to miss a single word." Archangel Michael stands behind you with a radiance so bright that even your worries tremble and lose their power. He says, "Very good news is coming to you in the next 3 hours, and this is not something you can ignore. Don't make the mistake of thinking this is ordinary. Don't make the mistake of treating this lightly. If you skip this message, if you turn away, you will cry later for missing what heaven is trying to place gently into your hands right now. You are being wrapped in the safest spiritual protection. You are being held in God's arms in ways you cannot see yet but will soon feel deeply. God wants you to know that nothing will go wrong for you. Even when the world tries to shake you, even when you feel storms inside your chest, even when you feel that people have failed you or hidden things from you, God has not left your side even for a second. Right now, heaven is preparing something for you, something that has been delayed for far too long, something you prayed for quietly, something you cried about secretly, something you thought maybe God forgot, but He didn't. And Archangel Michael says that this is your moment. The next 3 hours are not normal. The next 3 hours carry a divine energy that is walking toward you like a miracle, finally choosing your address. You have been patient for so long that even your patience got tired. You have been holding on when it felt like everything around you was falling apart. You have been questioning yourself, wondering if you are on the right path, wondering if your prayers were heard, wondering if the people you trusted were sincere with you, wondering if the things you feel in your spirit are real or just illusions. God says, I saw your doubts. I saw your pain. I saw your silent nights. And now I am turning everything around for you. There are divine hands at work. There are angels moving ahead of you. There are blessings lined up that were blocked before, but the blockages have now been removed. Heaven is clearing your path. You don't have to fight alone anymore. You don't have to carry everything on your shoulders anymore. You don't have to explain what you're going through to anyone, because God says, I know every detail, and I am already fixing the things you don't even know are broken. Something good, extremely good, is about to happen for you. It is closer than you think. Archangel Michael repeats it with urgency, 3 hours. Not a day later. Not someday in the future. 3 hours. This is a divine countdown. This is a spiritual alignment. This is heaven moving the scene behind the curtain, adjusting the timing, turning the situation in your favor, preparing something that will finally make you breathe freely again. You might not feel it yet, but it is already coming toward you. The energy is already shifting. The light is already forming. The blessing is already on its way. There are moments in life when God whispers. But today, God is speaking loudly, clearly, and directly to you. He says that you are safe. Nothing will collapse. Nothing will fail. Nothing will turn against you. You are shielded. You are protected. You are surrounded. Archangel Michael has placed his sword between you and every danger, between you and every negative intention, between you and every deception that tried to touch you. The very things that once made you afraid will lose their power. The people who doubted you will be silenced. The ones who tried to bring confusion into your life will be exposed. Because this blessing is meant for you and only you, God says this good news is a turning point. This is the moment where your life shifts into a higher place. This is the moment where the heaviness you've been carrying begins to dissolve. This is where you finally witness why God made you wait, why certain people left, why certain doors closed, why certain delays happened. He says, you were not being punished. You were being prepared. The timeline was not late. You were being aligned with something better than you expected. And now the wait is ending. Your heart is still healing from things you never told anyone about. God knows that. Your soul is exhausted from being strong for too long. God knows that too. You have been feeling changes inside you, as if something is shifting, as if something is making room, as if something is coming, and God confirms it. You were not imagining anything. What you sensed was real. Sometimes your spirit feels the blessing before your eyes see it. And that is exactly what is happening with you. You might feel emotional for no reason. You might feel restless. You might feel like something big is around you, but you can't describe it. That is because heaven is closer to you right now than ever. Your angels are standing around you, whispering reassurance into your atmosphere. They are adjusting your steps. They are removing obstacles that were quietly working against you. They are redirecting things toward you that you prayed for months ago. Doors that were sealed shut are now unlocking behind the scenes. People who were supposed to help you but didn't will suddenly feel compelled to step forward. Unexpected favor is aligning with your name. Archangel Michael says that he has been fighting battles for you that you don't even know about. He has been blocking decisions that would have harmed you. He has been preventing mistakes that you were about to step into. He has been guiding you, nudging you, protecting you from spiritual danger, emotional danger, and even physical danger. And now, after all the protection, comes the blessing. After the storm comes the sun. After the delay comes acceleration. After the pain comes divine relief. This relief is not temporary. This breakthrough is not a small thing. This moment is not ordinary. This is a major shift, a big turning point, a divine intervention. It is something that will change how you move, how you think, how you trust, how you see your own future. It will bring peace to your spirit, joy to your heart, clarity to your mind, and stability to your life. It will feel like God finally opening a window after years of darkness. God says you are stepping into a new phase where you won't have to beg for what you deserve. You won't have to chase what is meant for you. You won't have to prove your worth. You won't have to carry other people's mistakes. You won't have to fight battles that were never yours. You won't have to repeat cycles that drained you. You won't have to explain your heart to people who never valued it. He says, the blessing coming in the next 3 hours will restore your faith in ways you didn't expect. It will show you that I never left you, not even for a moment. You will understand that everything you survived was leading to this.